Are you a working mom who's been wanting to start your business for some time now? Or maybe you've already started your business, but you're not seeing the sales that you want to see. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the psychology of sales, okay? So that you can begin mastering the art of selling. All right. My name is Janelle Renee. I am your faithologist, certified life and business coach, and I specialize in helping working moms just like you to discover your purpose and then begin to profit passively from your purpose by creating digital products that align with your purpose and allows you the opportunity to be able to create that life of freedom, that life of flexibility, that life of fulfillment that you truly, truly desire. All right. And so if you've been following along, I have been taking you along the journey of entrepreneurship and just showcasing the highs and the lows of entrepreneurship because I feel like oftentimes, like, with entrepreneurship, a lot of it is like glorified. You see all the highlights, but you don't see the dark nights, right? You don't see the struggle. You don't see the perseverance and just everything that it takes to be able to really thrive in your business. And so I really wanted to just create this series as I, take you along my journey of actually serving my first 100 clients within my coaching community under Faithology University. And I want to take you along that journey. And so in today's video, I'm going to be jumping into the psychology of sales. All right, the psychology of sales, because maybe your sales are just not salesing the way you wanted to, or even if you haven't started yet, it's really important to understand the psychology of sales before you even jump into business. Right, we have to understand that with a business, it's really you're solving a problem for someone else. You are serving others when you start your business, right? You're starting up, especially a purpose-driven business, something that's in alignment with your God-given purpose. You are solving a problem. God has placed you on this earth to solve a problem, and with your business, you can do so. And so I really wanted to just jump into today's video, which is the psychology of sales, and so that you can begin to master your sales. All right. And so the first one that I really, really want to start with is understanding the difference between the psychographics of sale versus the demographics, right? And so what I mean by that, oftentimes a lot of business coaches will tell you, okay, you know what, you have to understand the demographics of your avatar. You have to have the demographics of your target audience, which is, we understand that, right? You got to know, okay, approximately what age group, if it's a male, if it's a female, where they're living, their annual income. Like these are their demographics, right? They're just regular stats about them, right? However, what's really most important is the psychographics of your avatar, the psychographics of your target audience, because it's like with sales, and I mentioned this before, the art and science of sales in my last video, and I'll actually link it at the end. But with sales, it's really truly an emotional connection. The art of selling is the emotional connection. And oftentimes you have to understand that as human natures, human behaviors, humans do what they feel like doing, right? And so if you can have an emotional charge behind what it is that you are marketing, what it is that you're selling, the way in which you're serving your client, if you can really have that emotional charge, really speak on their emotions, right? The psychographics of your client. What are they feeling? What are they struggling with, right? What are they frustrated about? What are the things that keep them up at night? Like these are the things that you have to understand. And you have to know also like their goals. What are the things that they do want? What are their desires? What are their dreams, right? What are they aspiring to achieve that you can help them with? You have to understand the psychographics of your client so that you can build that emotional connection with them. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to really be able to connect with them on that emotional level, and you won't be able to see the sales that you truly want to see in your business because there's no emotional connection. Humans connect with other humans through emotions. All right. And with the emotional aspect, emotional aspect of selling, it really, drives home the point where people buy like off of emotion, and then after their purchase they use logic, right? They think about afterwards like how they were justified in purchasing, right? So you buy off of emotions, and then you just use the logic after on the back end to say, okay, this is what justified my purchase, right? When I was doing research, it showed that about 70 to 90% of people really buy off of their emotions. It's what they feel. If they feel that emotional connection, they will be more compelled to make a purchase. And so you have to understand the psychographics of your avatar, understand the psychographics of the person that you're called to serve. Okay. And so I'm just looking down at my notes. Okay, so yeah, so this is why it's important to do incorporating storytelling. Incorporating storytelling in your marketing is vital because people have to feel that connection. And so oftentimes I often share my story about, me feeling super lost and unfulfilled and confined in my career at the time, feeling like the walls were closing in on me, knowing that God had more for me, knowing that I had this inner void inside that I just could not fill. And that was because I wasn't truly living in the fullness of who God had called me to be. And so this is why I share that story, so that I can relate and tell and show my clients, like, listen, I know how you feel because I've been there. And I've been able to overcome that, right? I've been able to go from feeling stuck and lost and confused and unfulfilled to now being able to live that life of freedom, live that life of flexibility and fulfillment because I'm profiting passively from my purpose. And now I'm here stretching a hand out, to help you and to serve you to get to where I am now, right? And beyond, right? And beyond. And so helping other working moms to really transition from that unfulfilling career into your God-given calling, because I know what it's like. I completely understand what it's like. And so I have the ability to understand and connect on a psychographic level with my clients because I've been there and I can now help them. All right. And so that is the first point of the psychology of selling that I really wanted to get into. And now we're going to jump into the second point, which is the principle of reciprocity. Reciprocity. And so people are naturally inclined to return a favor, right? The reciprocity principle, it's like people, just basic human behavior. It's like when you do something for someone else, they're going to feel obligated to do something for you as well. And so with that being said, when you are delivering value, when you're showing up and you're pouring into someone else, you're giving them value, and it's like you're pouring out, right? And you're enriching their lives, you're encouraging them, you're teaching them something new, you're shifting their paradigms, right? And it's like you're awakening them to what is possible, right? When you show up and you're pouring into others, by nature, human nature, they're going to feel obligated to then purchase something from you, right? They're going to feel obligated to purchase something because you're like, man, all this value that I'm getting for free, I want to purchase. It's like, it's literally the principle of reciprocity. Like it's just like human nature, right? Basic human behavior. And so with this being said, it's like it's really important. That's why it's important to when you're putting out your content, when you're showing up every day and you're marketing, you don't want to just market any like old trash, right? You want to make sure that what you're putting effort into what it is that you're delivering and serving to people. And so with the law of reciprocity, or the reciprocity principle, that's why a lot of marketing goes towards giving a freebie away. And so when you're giving away a freebie, right, whether it be valuable content or like my freebie, for example, one of my freebies, I have multiple, but one of them is the life redesign guide. And when I tell you that freebie is literally gold, like it is so good. And I'll actually link it. I'll remember to link it in the description below. But it's so powerful because it's like it's a way for you to really be able to do an overview of every area of your life and then have long-term goals, short-term goals, and then incorporate habits or action steps that you can take to then begin to live out that goal, right? To be able to execute the goal that you have. And so it's just a powerful, powerful tool. And when you deliver value and you deliver value for free, people then will feel an obligation, or that law of reciprocity would set in where they're like, man, I got this for free. It's shifted my life. How can I return the favor, right? It's just human nature to want to return a favor when they are receiving such value. And even with my masterclass, if you want to go the route of even, creating a masterclass or a webinar, you're giving value. You're giving away such amazing game that the person's just like, you know what? Like, if I'm getting all this for free, I wonder what's inside of her coaching program, right? And it's like, with all of that, it's like it's just another it's just psychology of sales. It's like, you know what, I'm getting so much that I feel obligated to now purchase, right? I've gotten all this information for free. What how much more can I get if I pay, and so that is exactly my intention when I create my freebies, or when I create and show up for my masterclass every week. Like, I want to pour out, even when I show up for like delivering content to you on YouTube here. Like, I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna give you value, things that you have to actually pay for. I'm giving to you. I'm in the middle, this is actually day 36, I cannot believe it, of my 40-day live stream right now. And for the last 36 days, I've been putting out such valuable content, such valuable content. We've designed so many products together. I've taught you so much on how you can create passive income. And this is just free knowledge, free game that I'm doing here on YouTube with you. And, not to mention everything that's inside of my coaching community. And so this is the law of reciprocity, or I should say the reciprocity principle in psychology of sales. It's like you really pouring out and delivering, and then really people will then, one of my coaches, Myron Golden, he pours out such valuable content on Instagram, on YouTube, that I was just like, I felt so compelled to purchase, right? I went to his his conference. And even before I even attended his conference, I spent a lot of money to get into his inner circle. And it's just like, man, like, it's just mind blowing, and it's just like, that's exactly it. It's like when you're pouring out value, it's like people then will feel obligated to purchase. All right. And so that is the next point that I wanted to make in the psychology of sales. And so the third point that I really wanted to make is loss aversion. Okay, loss aversion. And so what this is telling you that, like, a lot of research has shown that people are more afraid of losing something as opposed to gaining its equivalent. All right. And so let me actually read it verbatim. When I was researching, it says research shows that people tend to prefer avoiding losses rather than acquiring the equivalent gains. The pain of losing something is felt more than the pleasure of gaining something. And so with that being said, you want to then start to highlight when you're selling, right? When you're, marketing your business and showing up and you're serving, you want to make sure that you're highlighting the loss of not making that purchase, right? So when you're doing this, when you're with the loss aversion, it's like you're highlighting, like, okay, well, if you don't purchase from me, and it's just, you're just putting it out there, you're showcasing, right? You're just highlighting, like, if you're not going to purchase from me, then you're going to continue to stay stuck for another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, right? Or you can say, well, if you don't purchase from me, then you're gonna have to try to figure it all out yourself and go through all your own trials and tribulations, a lot of the things that I've already overcome. And as your coach, as your mentor, I can help guide you through those obstacles to avoid them, right? Not even guiding you through them, but truly like avoiding them because I've already overcome them. I've already gone through that so that you don't have to go through that. And so it's like showcasing, what your client would be missing out on if they try to, do it alone, or, if they don't buy into your product or your service. All you're going to highlight the losses of that, right? It's going to take them maybe 3 times the effort, or it's going to take them maybe 3 times, 4 or 5, 6 times longer than it would take them if they were to just hire someone that's already where they want to be. Hiring a mentor, hiring a coach that can really guide them and show them step by step exactly what to do so that they can avoid the mishaps, avoid the long, the longer process that it'll take, right? And that's the importance. Every coach has a coach. Every I would say every professional has a coach, right? Michael Jordan had a coach. Justin Bieber has a coach. Like these people, LeBron James, like they all have coaches to help them, mentors to help them, to push them, to elevate them, to get them further ahead in life, right? Get them further ahead in where they would like to be. And so that's exactly it. And so for me, it's just like highlighting the importance of, hiring and being in community, hiring a coach and being in a community. And this is why I offer my coaching community under Faithology University, because what took me 3 years will take you less than 3 months, right? What took me 3 years and thousands and thousands of dollars will take you peanuts to what I've invested, and a fraction of the time that it took me to be able to really truly redesign my life. It'll happen for you so much faster because I've already gone through the process for you ahead of you. And so those were the 3 things I wanted to share for the psychology of sales. Okay. And so the first one was understanding the psychographics is way more important than the demographics of your client. Understanding the reciprocity principle, right? And then finally, loss aversion. And so if you are interested in learning how you can begin to create multiple streams of income, and here, this is what I'm doing here, right here, right? If you want to learn how you can create multiple streams of income by creating passive income from your purpose, learning how to discover your purpose and be able to truly not be stuck to that one stream of income that's keeping you working paycheck to paycheck, literally living only for the weekends, feeling confined and stuck and unfulfilled in your career, to being able to profit passively from your God-given purpose and have that life of freedom and flexibility. I want to extend an invitation inside of my coaching community to you. The link for that will be in the description. But in the meantime, now that you've learned the psychology of sales, I want you to check out this video right here where I went through a simplified sales strategy. I'm telling you, I gave such game in this video and you want to check it out. I'll see you in the next one. But before I go, I'm going to tell you, just as God told me, put one foot in front of the other, step out on faith, and trust God for the next step. I'll see you then.